Hey guys, Callum here, and today we are talking about lesson 6, which is increasing your NEAT. So, what is NEAT? NEAT is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. You never have to remember this term, but it's basically the fancy scientific way for explaining and describing all of the movement that you do in a single day that isn't structured exercise. Okay, so all of the movement that you're doing that isn't structured exercise. It's basically any calories you burn that's not from planned exercise, okay? And here's just a quick example of some of the calories, some calorie examples that you'll be burning per hour. So if we look at resting, you're burning around 70 calories per hour. If you're just sitting motionless, so just sitting on your laptop or desk chair, kind of 80 calories, and then we go down to kind of more fidgeting and walking. You can see how different calories are burnt depending on your physical activity levels and the speed that you're walking. Okay, so NEAT is something that we're going to be talking about, and the reasons why it's so important to introduce into your daily and weekly routine, and to really improve long term for the health benefits and for the weight loss benefits. So the more activity we have, the higher NEAT we have. So the more you walk, the more you clean your house, the further you park away from the supermarket, the further you walk your dog, the more cleaning and chores and cutting the grass you do, the higher our NEAT is, okay? And higher NEAT is more calories needed to maintain body weight. So if we take myself as an example, 2 years ago during the first lockdown, I lost 28 pounds in 8 weeks. So that's kind of 3 to 4 pounds a week. And the reason why I did this, the reason why I was able to do this was two main reasons. First of all, I was in a calorie deficit, which was spoke about before. I stopped eating so much high calorie snacks, got rid of the kind of shit food, drank more water, and just cleaned up my nutrition. The second reason was because my NEAT was really high. It was middle of lockdown. It was the summer. The weather was like, it was that time we had that amazing summer. And I was walking between 20 and 25,000 steps a day. Okay. I didn't do any other cardio. I used to lift weights in the gym, but this isn't NEAT. But then I used to do 20 to 25,000 steps a day. And the weight fell off me. Okay. The weight just fell off me because that increased daily NEAT, those 20 to 25,000 steps a day, burned a huge amount of calories, okay, which that combined with the calories that I was reducing and losing from the food I was making better choices with, that equaled to massive weight loss, 3 4 pounds a week for 8 weeks, okay? So this is really important. This basically gives you a calorie deficit without having to massively lower your calorie intake, okay? So this is really good for people that have a busy lifestyle, that like going out for dinner on the weekends, that like to have a glass of wine or a beer, because I would rather you move a little bit more throughout the day so that you can eat a little bit more during the week and on weekends. So you've simply increased your calorie output rather than massively reducing your calorie input, okay? So this is a really easy way to get a bigger calorie deficit just by moving a little bit more in the day rather than being on kind of poverty, peasant calories. So this is something that I really recommend for everyone that we help. It's free, doesn't take too much energy up, doesn't spike calories, and from a mental health point of view, like really great to get outside, get in the fresh air, listen to a podcast, listen to some music, or just have silent time to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle and stresses of everyday life. So upping your NEAT takes a little bit of conscious effort. Some of the things that I've just spoke about, and here's some of the things that we want to try and increase. And the biggest one is probably daily step intake. And we want to try and look at what we are currently tracking. So I currently wear a watch that tracks all of my steps, and it will just give me a little bit of a nudge if I've been inactive. Usually Sunday's my low day. Monday to Saturday I normally hit between 10 and 20,000. But this gives me little nudges. And I like now I've just joined a competition with my friend. We're trying to hit 100,000 steps a week. It's a really good incentive to try and increase them incrementally. Okay, so have a look where you're at. If you don't have a step tracker, you can buy them off Amazon for £25. My girlfriend uses one, which is £25. It's amazing. It lasts battery for like 6-7 days. Does it exactly what it says on the tin. It tracks your steps. It's really good. It's really accurate. So have a look. Look what you're doing over a 7-day period. and just try and incrementally increase it. So 5% more every week. If this week you did 8,000, next week do 8,500, and just take small daily actions to try and get more steps. Okay. And the more we expend through NEAT, the more calories we can eat whilst dieting for fat loss. And for me, and for 99% of the people that I've ever helped lose weight successfully, I would rather get them to eat more, but do a little bit more NEAT, do a little bit more steps, walk the dog a little bit further, because this is easier. This is easier wins than saying, oh, you've got to starve yourself because you've only done 500 steps today because you've sat at your desk. Okay, so I'd rather you eat a little bit more, but then move more with your NEAT, and you're going to get really amazing fat loss results. Okay, here's just a couple of suggestions, a couple of tips that can help you with this. Walking to work, parking further away from Tesco's, walking on your breaks, walking whilst on calls if you're on Zoom a lot, playing with your kids. All of these things are really, really going to help with your NEAT, okay, guys? And that is the NEAT part of the week done and the weekly lesson done. Make sure you do this, guys. Like I said, it's free. It is great for mental health, and it's going to help you get massive results when it comes to fat loss, but also bone health, heart health, respiratory health, but more importantly, mental health. Get outside, get in the fresh air, put your trainers on, get away from the kids, get away from your boss, get away from your laptop. It's really, really going to be a positive thing, guys, okay? And not just for the next 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, long term. I've been walking pretty much every day for the last 3 or 4 years, and I look forward to my walk every single day. Any questions, guys? You know what to do. Hit me up or any of the coaches up on one of the channels. Have an awesome week.